The MSP Screw Presenter is the latest screw presenter to be offered by Mounts to help improve efficiency, productivity, and safety. Screw presenters make assembly processes more efficient by mechanically presenting a screw to a fixed pickup point. Please note, to make full use of a screw presenter, the use of a magnetized bit or vacuum attachment is required. In this video, we will focus on adjusting the bit guide. To view other videos about the MSP Screw Presenter, make sure to visit our YouTube channel. The bit guide, located on the front of your MSP Screw Presenter, is designed to help in the quick pickup of screws as they line up in the rail guide. When properly adjusted, the bit guide helps your operators quickly pick up screws. For this procedure, your included hex tool will be needed. For safety, disconnect any power. The bit guide is located on the front of your unit. The goal is to adjust the gap of the bit guide to line up with the screws that are being dispensed down the rail guide. There are several hex adjustment screws located on the bit guide to help accomplish this goal. On the right side of the bit guide are 2 hex adjustment screws. On the opposite side is a single hex adjustment screw. On the top of the bit guide, on the outer edges, are 2 hex screws attached to the springs. These 5 hex adjustment screws are used to adjust the height. Start by loosening all 5 hex screws to raise the bit guide to its maximum height. Make sure you do not completely remove any of the hex screws. Next, adjust the forward position of the bit guide. On the top of the bit guide are 2 hex adjustment screws in the center. By loosening these hex screws, you can adjust the front plate of the bit guide forwards and backward. The final adjustment for the bit guide involves the bit guide's upper boding plate. Loosen these 2 hex screws so that the plate moves freely. With all 3 components of the bit guide loosened, you can now set the gap and position. Using the screw in your production, adjust the upper boding plate so that the gap above the screw is large enough. Use the screwdriver you will be using to further fine-tune the spacing around the screw. Once you have the gap adjusted to the width of your bit, tighten down the 2 screws on the boding plate. Again, using your screw as a guide, adjust the front plate into the correct position. Make sure your screw is located just behind the screw stopper plate. Again, using the screwdriver from your production, adjust the forward position of the bit guide. When you have the front plate in the correct position, tighten down the top 2 hex adjustment screws. Use your screw once more to set the height of the bit guide. The bit guide should not touch the head of your screw in the guide rail. Leave a little room above the head. When you have the height adjusted correctly, begin to tighten the side hex adjustment screws. Next, move to the hex adjustment screws attached to the springs and begin to tighten them down. Do not over-tighten the top hex screws. Over-tightening can cause the springs to buckle, causing the bit guide to go lower than desired. You may need to go back to one of the previous adjustment steps to fine-tune the final size and position of the gap. Your MSP Screw Presenter is almost ready for use. In our next video, you will be making the final adjustments. Make sure to view videos on how to adjust the rail guide and to adjust other settings on your MSP Screw Presenter before you start your production. Check our YouTube channel for these and other videos or visit our Learning Center.